Coach Jim Curtin will begin with an opening statement and then go ahead into questions using the raise hand function. Jim, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, a disappointing conclusion to a special year for the guys. Obviously, not our best tonight. You know, credit to New England. They made us uncomfortable. Obviously, there's a lot of familiarity with the two teams. Um, Other than we had the chance in about the fourth minute when Brendan got to the end line. We didn't convert that. And just overall, as a team, all of us, coaches, players, everybody, support staff, we weren't ourselves tonight. We didn't get the job done. Again, it's difficult, obviously, because in one-off games you have to be at your sharpest, but we weren't. So it's tough to swallow right now. It's a disappointed locker room. There is no game tomorrow, so we're all disappointed, and the season comes to an end. I have to say I am incredibly proud for the year that we've had as a club, for all the effort that the staff and the players put into the year. To get the first trophy is big, but this one hurts.
Jonathan Tannenwald.
Jim, are there specific things that you can point to, you think, and particularly you're worried about Casper and now finishing the season with such a long goal draft mode?
Look, again, we win as a team and we lose as a team. It's not any one person. We weren't our sharpest tonight. I think everybody knows that. And when we're not all on our game, our margins are very small. We have to all perform well for us to have a chance. I think we did that in the previous New England games. But tonight, they were a little bit better. They won second balls. Carlos Gil obviously was the best player on the field, and he changed the game for them. So, look, overall, we didn't have our best performance when we needed to be strong in our home building in the playoffs. We recognize that, but again, it's not any one person. We win as a team and we lose as a team.
Matt DeGeorge.
I'm sure the disappointment is obviously that there is no game tomorrow, but how much of the disappointment is just the simple fact of you guys not playing like yourselves, regardless of what the result turned out to be?
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said to the staff. Again, in pro sports, in one-off games, you can get beat, right? This can happen. This happens all over the world. You can be on the wrong end of a result. But when you do lose, you want it to be having given your best. And tonight, for whatever reason, we weren't ourselves. Again, part of it's the opponent made us uncomfortable, and they disrupted us, and they did a great job. No question about it. But sloppy passes, bad turnovers, fell asleep on a restart. The things that we had done pretty well all season, we didn't do tonight. We just weren't at our best in a one-off game. We got punished.
Pablo Maurer.
Hey, Jim. Bruce obviously a very experienced coach, and you guys have played each other this year, a half dozen times, whatever it is. I'm curious how much you think that familiarity has to do with the result tonight. Is it something that you think benefited New England in the end, or is that just sort of a non-issue, something that both teams deal with?
No, I think, look, again, there's a certain law of averages. When you see that we're going to be the opponent, we knew it was going to be a tough matchup because all of our games against them, all six of them were very tight games that could have gone either way. We came out and did a lot of the little things in the other ones, but when it mattered most tonight, they were the team that was sharper, was a little better in both boxes. I think defensively, the amount of times they cleared balls and made blocks, and then offensively, getting on the end of some crosses and finishing some plays off and making some plays. So they're a good team. They have a lot of attacking options. They have basically two attackers playing outside back that are very dynamic and aggressive, and they made us uncomfortable. And look, I have to say it probably shocked us to be down when we conceded first, which hasn't happened a lot at all this year. it hit us a little differently, and the bad passes got a little contagious, and it rattled us a bit, and we were never able to break out no matter what we threw at them. They handled us tonight, and again, it's disappointing that we go out without our best effort. But again, we're not going to sit and make excuses. I think every team in the league has the right now to give a million different reasons why the season's been difficult for them. And we'll just put our hands up and say tonight wasn't our best night, and we didn't get the job done.
David Melandra.
Hey, Jim, would you say that the 2 weeks off from the last time you guys played a game had any effect in the way you guys came out tonight? And also, what is your message to the fan base tonight, especially for the way how you played tonight and for the whole team?
Well, look, I mean, again, that would be making an excuse. So again, the layoff was the same for other teams in the league. The schedule is the league did the best that they could to get this thing throughout the entire season to get it done. So, like I mentioned in the last statement, every team right now, if I come out and say, I'm disappointed because we didn't get to play for 2.5 weeks, then every other coach in this league has a million different things that have gone on this year with missing players with COVID, international duty injuries, the scheduling, some teams having to be stuck in Canada. So I'd rather just take the standpoint of we did not play well enough. I apologize to the fan base. I'm grateful for their support all season. We did a lot of special things. So again, tonight's going to hurt for a little while. But when we do look back and reflect big picture wise, I think the club took another step forward this season. But we came up short of that ultimate goal, which is MLS Cup. In MLS, it only ends good for one team at the end of the year in terms of the team that wins MLS Cup. Only one team is happy. And unfortunately for us, it's not going to be us this year.
Sean McMenamin.
Hey Jim, this was the 6th time you guys played New England. With that said, how much do you think that really benefited them and gave Bruce Arena a chance to, spur them on for tonight's game?
Yeah, look, again, it's a situation where we're both familiar with each other. That's the way the schedule broke out this year. You could argue which game was the biggest. I don't know, because if we don't get points from them last week, do we lose the supporter shield? So again, there's a million variables that go into this thing. So in this 90 minutes, I can say that New England deserved to beat us. They outplayed us in our building. We outplayed them in previous games, but they deserve to move on now, and they're going to be a tough out in these playoffs. So again, the familiarity is the same for both teams. We knew what they were going to do. They knew what we were going to do, and they just did it better than us tonight.
Final question will go to Jonathan Tannenwald.
We know that this was Brendan's last game here because of Union Fire. It might have been hearts, it might have been ties, and I wonder if that thought crossed your mind at the final whistle or when you could turn off.
Yeah, for Brendan, certainly this is his last game with us. He'll move on to Jesse now, and he'll do a great job for Red Bull Salzburg. We'll be his biggest fans here in Philly. Again, he gave everything to the club. I'm really happy that he leaves, having given a trophy to the club with the Supporters Shield. But it doesn't make tonight any easier or any better. He wanted to win through the playoffs just like the rest of us. But overall, yes, you do look out and say that's his last game with us. It's sad, but it's also you're happy for him because it's great to see him move on to bigger things. He'll always be part of the Union family for sure, and he's going to do special things in Europe now. It's just his time. And the other guys as well. Nothing's done yet. They're Union players, and they're part of our team until they're not. So we'll have some end of the year discussions. We'll have some end of the year meetings, see where things shake out. But overall, when we do step back and the dust settles from this disappointing defeat, there were some good things that happened this year, as hard as that is to say right now.
Thank you very much, Jim, for your time. We will be joined shortly by Brendan Aaronson.
Thanks.
We are joined now by Brendan Aaronson. We'll go right into questions using the raise hand function. Jonathan Tannenwald.
Yeah, but Brendan, I have to imagine that was tough for everybody, but especially for you, and I wonder what it's like on off the field against them.
Yeah, I can't put into words. It's just hitting a lot right now, and it's tough. It is, and to go out like that when we haven't really played like that all season, I feel like just we deserve better as a team, and it's just tough, man. It's really tough.
Matt DeGeorge.
Brendan, Jim talked about you guys maybe feeling a little rattled after it was 1-0 and then quickly 2-0. Do you think that was the case, that it took a little while to kind of come to terms with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think in a playoff game, I think the nerves are high, and I think that for us, I think that we came into the game confident. I think that we were ready to go. I think we had a great start. We had a chance right off the bat, but we were too lazy at points. We were second balls they were winning. Everything just wasn't going our way tonight, and I think that we need to play quicker at times. And it was just tough. And listen, I understand it happens, but we definitely deserve more. And I think that yeah, it's tough coming off that kind of break, but there's no excuses, and we could have done better as a team.
David Melandra.
Hey, Brandon, could you sum up the season you guys had, especially if this was like your last game of Union still here?
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of the group, even though it wasn't our result tonight. I think that it was an unbelievable season with a lot of ups and, of course, there's a down, but I can't talk enough about how special this group is and just how having to go to work every single day and have a smile on my face. It was definitely a great group, and I'm going to miss them a lot, and it's going to be tough, but I'm so proud of the team, and we did amazing this year, and we shouldn't let this get ahead of ourselves because I know next year they're going to come back and kill it.
Matt DeGeorge.
Brendan, I know the loss is disappointing, but is it particularly so because, you know, you guys can play better and have played better so many times? What does that part feel like?
Yeah, I think that's the toughest part is coming to terms with we've played really well all year, and then the one game where we're not our sharpest, it kills us. And listen, they finished their chances. They took their chances well. They defended well the entire game. Credit to them. They played a great game. But for us, I think it was just we weren't sharp after our first couple 10 minutes, and we just need to be sharper the entire game, play quicker, and just do the things we've been doing all year as a team and working hard as a team. And I don't think we showed that tonight.
Final question will go to Jonathan Tannenwald.
I just wonder, Brendan, I mean, I can tell how distraught you are, too. You have any sense there what tomorrow is going to be like for you, or is it not really?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna go home, and then it's all gonna hit. It's just tough, but like this club has meant so much to me, and to go out like that, it's just so tough. And I wish we could have gave the city more again. We had a great season, but I just wanted more, and I think that yeah, it's just hitting a lot right now. And tomorrow's probably gonna be the same, but hopefully we're all gonna get over it at some point. It's not gonna kill us for the rest of our lives, but it's really tough to sink in right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Brendan, for your time.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be joined shortly by Alejandro Bedoya. We'll get started right away with questions for Ale using the raise hand function. So if you guys can go ahead and get those hands up, we'll get started right away with Ale. We are joined now by Alejandro Bedoya. We will go right into questions. Jonathan Tannewald. Matt DeGeorge.
Alejandro,
Can you turn it up? Turn it up. Yeah, go ahead.
how difficult is it to leave here and not look like yourself today in this game?
How difficult? What?
How difficult is it to leave here tonight and to not have looked like yourselves, as Jim Curtin said?
It's very difficult. An abysmal first half performance. That's what's so disappointing. Said it all the whole time we were off. It was obviously a combination, I think, of rustiness from not playing in 2.5 weeks, and some guys reading too many headlines, I suppose. I've been preaching it. Let's continue the momentum we had in the regular season. We haven't really done anything. Yes, we won the Supporter Shield, but to perform like that at home in front of our fans in the first half, it just wasn't us, man. I don't understand what we were doing. Oh man, I'm sorry, I don't want to, but we just weren't ourselves. You said it right there. Jim said it too. We just were not ourselves. Our game is meant to, transition quick, 1-2 touches, play, pass and move, keeping it simple. We didn't do any of that in the first half. It was ridiculous.
David Melandra.
Hey, Ollie, what is your message to the fan base, especially for how the way you played tonight and also just for those seats you guys had?
What is my message to who?
The fan base.
Sorry, like I said, a lot of teams aren't able to have fans in their stadiums, and we have, and the fans have been part of the reason why we had such a good run down the stretch and helped us get us the Supporter Shield. And to perform like this in the first half, like we did in front of our fans, they got to be so disappointed. And I'm extremely disappointed. It just kind of threw out everything we just did in the regular season. So apologies, but I guess tomorrow everybody will wake up. It's a new day. To build a championship team, it's one thing to be, performing kind of at an elite level during the regular season, but playoffs are playoffs. They're different beast. And we just didn't match, I guess, Rev's effort, and we didn't stick to our game plan in the first half, and we got punished for it.
Jonathan Tannewald.
I wonder, Brendan was in here obviously a minute before you, and was really distraught, as you are, but in a different kind of way. Obviously, since his last game here before he moves on. And I wonder, when you wake up tomorrow, is it still going to be, hey, this team finally broke through and is winning, won a trophy and is going to the Champions League next year, or, is there going to be what would have been?
Oh, man, for me, I'm probably going to still think what would have been, what could have been. We had a home field advantage throughout, and we threw it away. We had a great chance this season. So to me, like I said, tomorrow's going to be a new day. But for me, it's a hard pill to swallow. I'll reminisce about this for a while. It's not just going to go away. So, but you have to move on eventually. Eventually, I don't know when that day will be. But for me, tonight is very disappointing. I'm very disappointed. It sucks. I'm distraught. Everything. I thought it was there for the taking. We win this one. We move on. Again, another game at home in front of our fans. And we just didn't do it. But like I said earlier, to win, to, I guess, be a championship team, it takes some time. And the fans are going to hate hearing that. But, to be elite during the regular season is one thing. We've been improving it year in and year out. And now we just got to take it to the next level, I think too many guys today, we just weren't up for it. And that's what's upsetting the most. We let our self-inflicted wounds, we let ourselves down. And after you're down 2-0, we were able to pull it off last year, and that was a talk in the halftime, but it just didn't do enough.
Final question will go to Roberto Vinces.
Alejandro, se nota la decepción del partido. Nomás quería que si podías resumir todo en español lo que acabas de decir en inglés.
No, claro, yo estoy muy frustrado, como tú dijiste, muy decepcionado bueno, por el esfuerzo hoy. Yo creo que hemos tenido una temporada muy, muy buena, pero esta noche en el primer tiempo no estuvimos a nivel que necesitamos que estar. Eso es lo que es muy frustrante, que no jugamos nuestro juego de las transiciones rápido, de jugar simple, 1, 2 toques, moverse sin el balón y con el balón. Y nos costó mucho, no sé por qué. Y bueno, ellos nos hicieron 2 goles ahí, 2 goles bobos. Primero una falta boa ahí y el segundo gol, pues no sé, un gol muy fácil, ahí no se puede defender así. Y bueno, en transición no estuvimos bien, no jugamos, como dije, no jugamos rápido, no jugamos de 1, 2 toques simples, queríamos driblar y no estuvimos nosotros. Y por eso estoy muy decepcionado, muy frustrado, porque la temporada que hemos hecho era muy bueno, pero el nivel que necesitaba hoy no estuvimos ahí. Eso, aquí teníamos, teníamos todos los partidos en casa para jugar y si avanzamos y bueno, no nos tocó avanzar y aquí estamos bien decepcionados todos.
Thank you very much for your time, Ale, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening.